Hey, Mental Mars here, and player feedback resulted in that the story operations are shorter than the main story missions. But how does that impact the gameplay? Well, once again, let's poke Randy.
Hey there, Peter.
Hi, Randy. You mentioned that the missions are shorter than the original missions inside the story campaign. That also means we will be leveling up our helix faster?
Yes, just a bit, but I think, if you wanted to take a mission like the algorithm, for example, in the main campaign, I think when we look at like the vast majority of playthroughs on that and average it, I think I want to say that the average playtime for that mission comes out somewhere like around 47 minutes. Our target for even the main game in the campaign was 30 minutes, because 30 minutes is a good session. You sit down, it's still a good meaty experience. You get a lot of content on that. You feel like you've done something, accomplished something. If you hit 30 minutes, it's not so long that you feel that you really have to clear your schedule to do it. Just like we've done with the Borderlands games, though, I think we get really worried that missions are too short, and so we keep, up to the launch of the game, keep adding content and adding content, refining and adding content. And I have a mission like the algorithm with average playtime of 47, and we were easily seeing people commonly hit over, an hour 10 minutes, hour 15 minutes on the playthrough of that one. It's a great mission. I think it's one of the better missions in the game. I think the content's great. I think it's the boss fights are really cool. I think all of the experience and encounters are good, but it's really long, and we heard a lot of players and a lot of reviewers comment on that. So, right after launch, we started working on operations. We really looked at all of the feedback that we're getting from the missions in the main game, and one of the most common things that we heard is, "I love your content. Could you cut it in half? Could you take the algorithm and make it 2 missions instead, and that way we can start at different points?" And so with the operations, we wanted to do that. So. If the main game we targeted 30 minutes and kind of got an average of 45, with the operations we started initially targeting 15 minutes, and I think in what we're seeing in focus testing, they're really coming out right what we thought, about 25 minutes, a good solid 20 to 25 minutes on that, which feels like, especially for missions that emphasize multiple replay to get the dialogue and the stuff happening in there, it feels like the right amount of time. So you can play it 2 or 3 times an hour. You're going to get different content. It's going to feel a little bit like different missions on those, definitely with the story, and come back to that. But I think, especially if you're, for the other type of player, you're a reward runner. You just want to get it on the point that you can really strive for those high-end rewards and unlock all those skins and all those loot packs. I think you're going to find players are going to be able to get these down to, a 15-minute playthrough in some cases. And I think for the very, very efficient players, they're going to find that that's a really good time challenge. It's a really efficient result in trying for the rewards. Again, yeah, they're shorter, but I think it actually improves the content on all of these. I think it makes it a lot more of what our players want. We could have made them the same length as the main missions of the game. It wasn't done because of team size or content or budget considerations. It really was trying to make these missions more fun for players and more fun based on the feedback that we heard from the community.
Yeah, and I can see people aiming for those speedruns of 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that's cool. I think on this, with the speed run, you're going to have to be really, really, really good to maximize your score on a speed run. Again, because you're going to have to hit all those chests to look for the kind of the more Easter eggy type of ops points scattered around. But best speed runs will probably be multiplayer, probably 3-player. And it'll probably be, you start to learn, you look at what the random objective you give on there. And after a while, it's a limited pool of random objectives, so people will figure those out and get those, and I think find the optimal way to deal with everything. So you'll start to split your party and do that. I'm really kind of excited to see people challenge each other on that and see how fast they can get those rewards on a speed run. I think it's going to be really exciting. I think it's a really particularly type of exciting optimal play for Battleborn. Again, you get back to that loop, you start to discuss, okay, what are the optimal 3 characters to bring in to get a speedrun going where we can really maximize our rewards on that? And then, that kind of plotted against, okay, which characters do I really want to get my skin for? Because you've got a little bit, that's one of the big rewards in here is getting those additional skins. So again, I think we've given a lot of fun challenge for the players to dig into and to mess with. And I'm really excited to get the Attikus and the Thrall Rebellion to players so we can see how that goes.